My name is Mercury and welcome to this brand episode of Media Faye. Today, I am alone. Today, I'll be discussing the second trailer for the second season of Halo. So, yeah, we're back. Sorry for the long wait. I know it's almost been 2 weeks since the last episode, so that's fun. I don't like leaving it like this, but sometimes things happen. And, okay, so, today we are discussing, like I said, the second trailer for the second season of Halo. More stuff has been revealed about this season from this trailer, and it's probably gonna be a long episode. Sorry for not having a longer episode for to suffice our 2-week hiatus. I must say. It might not be very long. There's a bug. Okay. Right now, it'll be very long, and I'm sorry about that. But it's something. So, yeah, let's begin. I've mostly talked about what I want to see from the second season already in the last season. In the last episode, that I talked about the Halo season 2 trailer, whatever the hell. So I probably won't be going over much of that. Nothing really changed in this trailer. Nothing specific changed. So I guess I'm gonna talk about more things that have come out from the second season that I kind of want to talk about that came around the time of this trailer. So yeah. So the first thing I want to mention is the fact that apparently this season is gonna be a soft reboot. Now, normally, I should be glad. Don't get me wrong, I should be glad that this season is gonna be a soft reboot, but how the season ended off, how the first season ended off, really, I guess left a sour taste in my mouth, and now this also left me with a sour taste in my mouth. Again, this is all speculation. We're not part of the speculation part, but this is speculation that apparently this new season 2 is a soft reboot of the show, and that things that were stated in season 1 aren't going to be mentioned or touched upon. Like, for example, Kwan Ha isn't in any of the trailers, from at least what we know of. She's not going to be in the season. The actress hasn't said anything about being in Halo, and we haven't seen her in any of the trailers, so apparently it's very likely we won't be seeing Kwan Ha again, which, yippee, no more of that stupid fucking plot line. But, I should be glad there's gonna be a soft reboot. Maybe it will be better. Maybe the first season, sort of erased. Maybe it's gonna be a much better season. But what brings me to sort of this, I guess, just this crossroad, I guess you could put it that way, is the fact that we were left off of a cliffhanger last time, and you don't soft reboot on a cliffhanger. Like last time, I mentioned last episode that Master Chief was taken over by Cortana, and I was wondering, hey, how does Master Chief come back? Will we see him come back to the series and sort of and like that, or maybe Cortana happens something out to Cortana or something? But apparently, thanks to this new information, that it could very well be a soft reboot. We could genuinely not see the solution to this, and that's weird. That's something that's weird, and I don't think should happen. Yeah, okay. Don't get me wrong. I think that the series should have probably needed a reboot, or maybe even a cancellation or something. But not like this. yeah, so I don't know. It's weird. So apparently it's gonna be a soft reboot. I would say it's a soft reboot, but you don't end it like that. You don't end the first season on a cliffhanger with with what could be something that gets better, and then you just leave it on like this, and I don't know, like you just don't follow it up with anything. You don't do anything with it. Like this, what could be construed as it getting interesting isn't going to happen, or we're just gonna skip over it, and that's not how you write a series. Could it be better now that they're not gonna tether themselves to what happened in season 2 and season 1? Maybe. But honestly, people don't. I don't know. It's weird. And there's some things we will talk about later that happen later on that we know. We know that some things happen with the production, so I mean we'll see. We'll see what happens. Thanks to this whole thing. So yeah, we're moving on. Also, apparently, I just found out that it's 8 episodes. It's going to be 8 episodes instead of 9 like it was last time. So yeah, fun stuff. Moving on, I say. Yeah. So some of the speculation. So talking about the actual series itself and some things about the series. People are saying that we'll be seeing the fall of Reach. Now, it's something very interesting to see this happen. I'm not very familiar with Halo. I gotta say, but the fall of Reach is an event that I've seen mentioned quite a lot actually. I would say quite a lot in the whole, I guess, Halo mythos. I think let me just look it up so I don't sound like a complete moron. Well, it's the first novel. It is the first novel in the Halo universe. So yeah. So yeah. So so the thing is, so we're seeing, I guess, like the first big event in the timeline, and we're seeing this sort of happen now. Second season, it could have worked maybe if this was the first season, which I'm guessing, like I said earlier, that we're gonna get the soft reboot. That's probably what they're gonna do. But I don't know. But yeah, I think it's a very, it's obviously a very important event that leads into the first game. So very interesting the fact that that people are saying that they're going to adapt it. It's something that really is interesting because, I mean, yeah, no, okay, I'm reading it through here. It's the synopsis, and most Spartans are killed in this event. So if they're gonna follow Reach, which is, I'm gonna get into something like that. Why that's actually quite interesting that they're going into Fall of Reach. We're probably gonna see a lot of the Spartans that were in the first season get killed off, which honestly, pretty good. One of the things that really I think makes Halo, for most like it makes Master Chief is this like powerhouse that just decimates everything, and he is like the one-man army, right? That's the impression I get from everything I've seen, and he is one of the only Spartans that we see in the entire Halo franchise. So it's very interesting that they're going to do this. I think, and they choose all the Spartan characters. Fall of Reach is perfect for getting rid of all those characters that we don't really care about, and leaving Master Chief as the only character, the only Spartan in the series. I think that would be pretty cool, and seeing him deal with it. But knowing these writers, it's probably not gonna happen. So yeah, there's that. And something I was getting into quite interestingly is the fact that if they're going to that Fall of Reach, it will be a contradiction to what they said earlier about the series. That the series wasn't going to be an adaptation of Halo. It was going to be its own separate universe, with its own separate like line, and people didn't take kindly to that, especially people like me who I don't follow Halo. I've never played a Halo game in my life. I wanted to read the first novel before I want to read Fall of Reach before watching the series. As I was watching the series, but I didn't get to buy the book. So me, an outsider looking in to the whole universe, and seeing it as one, it's being adapted in a way where fans don't like it, and when it's not Halo, and that's a big problem because people who don't know about Halo and people who are watching the Halo show, they're gonna see this and they go, "Oh, this is Halo," and it's like not really what it is. It's pretty bad. Like, this show is pretty bad. Nothing goes anywhere. I forgot everything about this show almost. I'm gonna get a recap of the goddamn show because I'm not watching it again. But it's not what Halo is. That's what people have said, and I can see it. And I kind of know what it is about, and the Halo ring is not a big part of the show. It's this artifact, and it's kind of dumb. And I don't think that's what people would think of when they think of Halo. Or like, that's not the first thing that comes to Halo. It's like the bare minimum people know about Halo is Master Chief and the Halo rings. So yeah, there's so what's to say? Is it interesting that they're going to adapt it, because it's a contradictory, because they said it was going to be an adaptation, it wasn't going to be continuous to any of the books or the novel, like the games or whatever, and now they probably saw that it's becoming much more like people have a big, strong reaction, a negative reaction towards the show because it's not Halo, and they saw this and sort of took it and said, okay, we have to appease fans and also make a good show and make an actual Halo show. So yeah, and they're doing this, and again, what I'm seeing is what I'm hearing from Halo fans. So it might not even be Fall of Reach. I don't know. All I see is a big base being under attack, and that's kind of what Fall of Reach was about from just reading the excerpt here from what I saw. So maybe we're getting that. It's like the big base is being attacked. So maybe we're getting Fall of Reach, and we're probably gonna see a bunch of these Spartans die, and maybe becoming more game accurate. Which, if it becomes much more game accurate, that's actually pretty good, because you're not making a move. You're not making a show. Like if you're gonna make a show, you don't make it, and it's like and you're trying to like it's based on a property, and you are just doing your own thing with it while not paying attention to what the property was about. That's a very bad thing. If you're gonna do something new with a property, but also keeping in line with the property is about and what the lore is, then go ahead, do that. If you're gonna make if all you're doing is making a new story in the same universe, go ahead. But you have to keep with the same philosophy. You can't do what Halo is doing and expect it to go well, because you can't make Halo something that's not Halo. If you want to make something new, you could have just pitched an original sci-fi idea to Paramount Plus, or maybe even I don't know. Just do something else, anything else that wasn't what you did here with Halo. And that's what I'm guessing what they're trying to do. They're gonna backpedal to doing Fall of Reach, which is what they probably should have done first time. Adapt Fall of Reach, then season 2, the first game, and then continue on like that. But they didn't, and they don't, and I don't think they will. So, yeah, that's really sad. So, on my notes, I have one point that's after the other, but I want to talk about this point first because I'm on this track. So apparently, a lot of people from last season, they are not coming back for this season. Like it got the whole thing as a new showrunner. Like it's wild. There are new writers. There's new writers. There's not new directors. But that's not really as big as new writers. I mean, there's only one director coming back, but there's a new showrunner, new writers, and that gives people some hope that it will be good, because they probably saw now that this show took quite a bit to get to. They probably saw, okay, we definitely cannot go with what the show was originally going to be, so they're gonna backpedal. So they're trying to backpedal and do it well second time around. But the thing is, I think the damage already been done. I think there's enough damage for it to not for that not to happen. People not to tune in. Maybe season 2 is the best Halo adaptation there is, but I don't think people are gonna tune in because season 1 was hot garbage. So yeah, there's that. It's interesting to see this, but I'm hopeful that it's gonna be good. Hopefully, a good Halo thing. Even like the last episode of season 2 is called Halo, so I'm hoping that what they're probably gonna do is what I'm seeing here. Also, there's one called Reach. Maybe we're gonna see Fall of Reach. I'm looking here. Is that we're going to get the adaptation of Fall of Reach fully, and like the first mission of the first Halo game. And that's the bare minimum I think should be for season 1, not for season 2. So yeah, something I also want to talk about that's completely unrelated. So yeah, something I want to talk about is the action. And the action. So in this trailer, there is a lot of action, and I mean there has to be. But what I'm kind of hopeful for is the fact that there's showed quite a bit of it, and there's quite a lot of action scenes. Now, this is it's something that I probably talked about last time on our last Halo episode, or the last time I talked about Halo. But I probably said that there was not much action. That was kind of boring, and it's Halo. It's a shooter game. It's all action. There should be more action, and there wasn't. But now we see that action is front and center. Is front and center, and it's here. So I'm hoping that there's gonna be a lot more action, a lot more of the action, because the action that was in the Halo show was pretty good. That was one of the best parts of the show, was the action. and it wasn't part of the show then, and it should be part of it now. Something that people were talking about is the fact that there's a scene there's an action scene where we see Master Chief without the Mjolnir armor, and people are saying, "Oh, they're gonna take away all the armor." But I don't think. But people, people have probably noticed that it's gonna be that the Covenant is doing a surprise attack, so we're not seeing it with the armor. But it brings me to another thing: is that I think in the first Halo game, Master Chief was in like stasis or something, and then he got woken up and it was in the armor. Like this is supposed to be ready to go. So I don't think it's that well adapted, but it speaks a little to what they're trying to do. But I don't think that it can work, but it also probably couldn't. I don't know what the try's gonna do. There's a 50-50 chance it's complete dog shit or maybe even good. Like it's either 50% dog shit, it's gonna be it's either 50-50. It's either gonna be dog shit or good. There's no in between. Redemption or further damnation. So yeah, I'm interested to see what Halo does in the future because it had so much potential and it just didn't do it. So now that season 2 is apparently coming around with a soft reboot, new cast of writers, and maybe a new vision, maybe an actual adaptation. Maybe it'll be good. So yeah, what do you guys think about the second trailer for second season of the Halo show? Leave in the comments below. And also, what do you guys think of the first season of the Halo show? Also leave that in the comments below. I didn't probably mention that, so yeah. Also, I'll keep that for later. So yeah, follow follow us on at Mercury. God damn it, I am completely turned around. At Media_Buffet on Twitter, Media Buffet on Spotify, D Entertainment on YouTube, at D Entertainment, but the E at the end on Twitter too, and MediaFay Bonus at MediaFayYT for bonus content. For me, at Mercury S Cheese on Twitter, Mercury CGs on Twitch, and at Mercury SC on YouTube. So yeah, that's about it. See ya.